A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
Hey y'all, welcome to A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast. I am back with you with another Big Brother Canada digital daily update for March the 11th. I know I said I was gonna be back yesterday, but I wasn't because I was busy. Yesterday was my baby's birthday and we turned up. So, you know what? I really should stop promising y'all I'm gonna update today. Listen, you will at least get an update within at least 24 hours. But if I say I'm gonna do it tonight, I might be busy. I don't know. But I'm gonna try to give you guys these updates as much as possible. So we're gonna get right into it because I have another digital daily to watch, which aired, which got uploaded today. So I'm hoping and praying that I have an update on that tonight. That is the plan. I have started it. So only 2 hours and 40 more minutes to go. But anyways, let's get right into it. When we first opened up the daily today, Byyyeee and Anthony are chatting about Anthony saying that to other house guests that Byyyeee scares him. Byyyeee didn't like that. Byyyeee was upset at the fact that more so that it seems like she is a shady person, or I guess that that people should be like looking out for her. Anthony was like, well, listen, this is how I'm trying to get people to not think we're working together. And she's like, okay, cool story, but you got to do better. Anthony is more so doing his mansplaining thing. He does do that quite a bit. Where he's like, you can tell he wants to really come out and say like, hey girl, I played this game before, okay? And I got pretty far. I got all the way to the end. I didn't win, but I did get to the end of the game. And if you listen to me, I can get you there. So anything that I say is more so how it should go. But whatever. We all know Byyyee's not having it. Byyyee's like, cool story, in one ear, out the other. Because she's just like, I don't like you saying that. So he's like, okay, cool. You know, he understands. And then going forward, you know, he says he'll change his verbiage and go from there. Janine and Dennis are talking in the pink room. Dennis says he thinks that a guy should go next to Janine. It's so funny to me how these people are having these conversations with Janine, and Janine knows for a fact she's going home. Everybody knows for a fact she's going home. But hey, you never know what's going to happen again, because what happens if she gets evicted and there's a battle back? I know Big Brother Ken doesn't necessarily do battle backs, but hey, who knows? But anyways, he's having this conversation with her, and he's like, a guy needs to go next. You know, 2 girls went on the block this week. And I feel like it just only makes it right that 2 men go on the block next week. Janine was like, child, you only got to think that, like, which we know. And she's like, so, like, the way that's going to happen, you know, if you win HOH, sure, go for it. But I don't see that happening. Janine says, yeah, she thinks so. They're still the same. Oh, I think I've done this update like numerous many times. Tola once again gets brought up that he's the reason for all this. And yeah, that's enough of that. You know what? I'm gonna stop updating that because we know you think Tola is the reason why the Girls Alliance is outed, but obviously that's not the case. They discuss and they think Todd is under the radar. Janine goes over this a couple times. She's even talked to it with the girls later on in the daily, saying that Todd slipped up, saying like, hey, you know, I'm really cool with Anthony, Matthew, and he goes to just name a couple of the guys or whatever. And I don't know if I want to call that a slip up, I guess. Because in the Big Brother house, I feel like you eventually have to start naming names or you're going to be suspicious. And those are guys that he has hung out with from time to time. So I think you got to give something. But that's just my opinion. But she, of course, is saying this to make it seem like they're in a very like deep, like in-game alliance. So then the daily switches over. Anthony and Spicy are chatting in the hot tub room, and they're basically talking about Anthony says that he caught Dennis in the HOH room looking at the HOH camera and watching what he was doing. And then of course Dennis comes in. It's like, hey, you left your water bottle or something about a water bottle. We all know Big Brother, Lord Jesus, US, Canada, it's always leave a water bottle behind so then you have a reason to come back. We all know that story. And it's funny because as they were talking about him, he walks in and they're like, oh, hey, da, da, da. Dennis walks in, Avery and Kayla come in shortly after. They're just generally talking. But they're actually Avery, Dennis, and Kayla are in there for a very short time and then they end up leaving. Then Anthony and Spicy get back to talking, and Anthony states that he's still nervous about Vivek. He was saying that Vivek came into the room and was saying like, there's so many people talking mess, and who you don't know who's telling the truth. And this whole time Anthony is like, the person talking mess is you. It is you. It is you. And so he's rolling his eyes, and Spice is like, yeah, we got to get rid of him sooner than later. So Vivek, of course, we talked about it yesterday. He is definitely on the chopping block to be a potential person to be on the block next week for sure as well. Along with Tola and Lord, I'm gonna be surprised if Tola don't hit the block from anybody in that house. But anyways, let's see. The girls think Spicy tells Anthony that the girls are noticing that Lexus is hanging out with Anthony a lot more. And they think that Lexus and Anthony are kind of like having a potential showmance kind of thing, which I'm not for sure if that's confirmed or not, but I think Anthony has a girl back home. But anyways, who, in Big Brother house, people don't be caring, which is crazy. But he said that he doesn't really think Lexus is feeling him like that. He says, now, if I had to pick somebody who I think is like feeling me like that, is Donna. And he did say, like, I'm picking up on Donna being jealous of Lexus. And normally I would be like, okay, Anthony, you feeling yourself. But plenty of other people have also noticed the same thing. So it's kind of like, I think he said that when he was in the room, Lexus was laying next to him or something like that. Donna like kind of peeped that, and she came and laid beside him too or whatever, which she could have just been sitting. But it's obvious to me that it does feel like Donna is kind of feeling Anthony, or he thinks he's attractive. I mean, he's attractive, man. He's fine. So I get it. But that's kind of the vibe that's been, going around the house. And of course, when there's a girl alliance together, that are together, and they see you having conversations with the guys, then of course people start to think things, and then girl alliance ruined. But anyways, we'll get to that. Then we see Janine is chatting with herself, getting some obvious screen time. This is gonna definitely make the show. She's having a talk with herself, and I am definitely a fan. This went on for a long time. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I scrolled past most of it. But I genuinely do. If we had feeds, this would be great. But with such a short amount of time on the dailies, you can only take so much. But I do enjoy when the house gets talked to the camera. She was just saying like she really got played, and she didn't think she deserved that. And it was just pretty much her hyping herself up. She's like, this isn't the end of the road. Hopefully she can make something flip and turn. She said, I do know as of now, like I'm going home, but she's like, I haven't given up yet. There's still 2 days in the house, so let's see what she can do with it. A day and a half, I guess, really. But yeah. Let's see. The girls get into the Infinity. It's Spicy, Avery, Lexus, and Janine. They're being cute. Janine's like, this is mom's car. This should be my car. Da, 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 da. Oh, and something that is another reason to give Big Brother Canada a slap in the face. Why we don't have feeds, because I always like these little random like tidbits of stories that we get. Avery, you know, she wears glasses, you know, team specs. And I'm gonna say her vision is like bad enough to where she can't even drive, because she said if she ended up winning, that she would give the car to her girlfriend because she can't drive. And then Janine was, oh, because of your eyes, right? And she's like, yeah, you know, until I get that fixed, I can't really see. So I'm just thinking, like, going forward, if you can't see it well enough to like drive, like what's gonna happen with these, like, you know, I know she said she's like good with puzzles and stuff or whatever. So I wonder how bad her vision is, for it to be to the point to where she can't drive. Like, is Big Brother gonna accommodate for that? Like, I don't know, but it's something to watch going forward for sure. The girls, of course, Vivek comes up again. While they're in the car, Janine straight up asked, Janine is really straightforward. She does ask these questions. It might have been, oh, sorry, y'all, my alarm. I do think it's a little early for her to ask, you know, obviously, because that's why she's in the hot seat right now. But she asked Kayla, she's like, if you were to win HOH, who would you put up? Like, straight up. And she said, honestly, it'll probably be Vivek. Something happened. I don't think it was super serious, but something happened and it bothered Kayla about it. So she straight up didn't even shy away from it. She's like, most likely it'll probably be Vivek. And the girls on the car agree, like, yeah, Vivek's in trouble. He's been running his mouth quite a bit. And they do note that he has been hanging with Byyyeee quite a bit. But we all know Byyyeee and Vivek are working together for sure. As Anthony caught them on the TV. Was it Monday morning? Caught them on the TV hanging out together after he had a conversation with Vivek. So Vivek and Byyyeee are definitely being paired together out, you know, around the house. And then Janine, basically, she doubles down like she did earlier. Like I told you, she mentioned the Todd slip up, how he said he was working with the boys, and the guides crew and da da da. We know. And of course, we don't get much out of that conversation because the feed switch mid combo. Right. Let me see. Janine says she needs Miss Everyone. She's crying in the that's the girls are chatting in that little not the outside spot. Well, technically they're outside where the ping pong is. I know it's Spicy, Byyyeee, Kayla, and Avery. They're sitting there chatting, and then they only are talking for like maybe like 2 minutes. And then they see everybody kind of gather in the living room, and it's Janine. She's crying. I'm thinking like something crazy happened. Like, did she just get some news from the DR? No, she's crying because she's upset. She's on the block, which is understandable. You know, a lot of people dream to do this. There's been plenty of seasons of Big Brother, and people are super fans like myself, and they would love to get the opportunity to be on the show. So it's understandable. I feel for Janine in this moment though, especially when she says, like, you know, it's just kind of getting to me. You know, I want to get all my tears and cries out before I meet Arissa. So she 100% knows she's going home this week. It's just like, I just want to get all of this out before I leave. Everybody is the big kumbaya moment. Everybody gathers around Janine. They give her a big giant hug. Anthony comes in. He gives her a hug. Tola pulls up, and pretty much I think it's pretty much every house guest eventually ends up coming to the huddle to give her a hug. Let me see. She's saying she doesn't really get emotional in her real life, which I understand. You know, she's like, I'm not really a crier. You know, moms don't really get, you know, that moment. And I'm a mom, so I get it. I'm with you on that, Janine. So it was a nice emotional moment. They're definitely gonna make the show for sure. So get ready to see that on the edit. But it was a nice, vulnerable moment. And I like how the house guests were kind of giving her words of encouragement. They were basically saying, like, hey, at the end of the day, just know that this is a game and we are bonded together. We have done this show. Once you step foot in those doors, like, we're a family, da da da. You know, kumbaya moment. It was sweet. Spicy and Anthony are in the chill zone. Chill zone, that's their actual outside. That's where they have that little small little opening. And it's actually snowing. It's a nice, cute little moment. But they're sitting there talking. Anthony, this is right after the Janine situation. He's crying. He's a little upset, and he's saying that, man, it almost feels like I took somebody's lunch money. Like, I'm so upset that this is happening. He said, out of all the like evictions I've gone through, besides Adam, because Adam is his boy. He's like, this one definitely is next in line for like hurting my feelings. He's like, because I mean, she's a nice woman. Like, it's nothing like I have anything like bad against her or anything like that. But it does suck. And Spicy, is agreeing. And I'm not gonna even lie to you, Matthew ended up coming in, which I think is funny. He comes in and they're having a conversation, and he says that hey, like, it sucks that Janine is gone, but somebody gotta go. And as long as it ain't me, it ain't us, then so be it. I'm with you. Because of course, have your emotional moment. There is no shame in that at all. But at the end of the day, when I signed up for this show, I signed up to go on the show with people I didn't know. If these relationships happen, they happen. But at the end of the day, I gotta be here for myself. And I can see Matthew doing that. Matthew's like, if it gotta be somebody, I'm just glad it's not me. So after they're out there for a minute, Anthony asked Spicy if she could leave for a minute so he can have a conversation with Matthew. Spicy, of course, didn't like that. So Spicy does what Spicy does. She's later on having a conversation with Bailey, and she was saying, like, hey, I was outside, like, just chilling with Anthony, just talking about like how, sad, Janine is and stuff. And he asked me to leave to talk to Matt. Like, why are you asking me to leave to talk to Matt? She didn't like that. Like, if we're all supposed to be, I don't want to say she said working together, but if we're all supposed to be like cool, why would you ask me to leave? Why would you want me to leave? And I can't be a part of this conversation. So she was kind of feeling some type of way about that. She even told Avery about it later, which is kind of smart and Spicy, because Anthony does say he has her back going forward, but we all know Spicy doesn't really trust people a lot. Okay, so she's doing what she needs to do. Spicy is planting those seeds, because if Anthony ends up getting close to Matthew, she's already had that seed planted that they're close, So anything to take away. So I do think it's kind of like a double, entendre thing she was doing, because she's trying to make it seem like she's upset with Anthony, meaning like there's no way they're really working together, because Anthony and Spicy are, Spicy feels some type of way about him asking her to leave, but also, it's also taking the heat off of them working together, even though they are. So I don't know. Yeah, is Spicy doing this intentionally? I don't know. If she is, I give kudos to her, because I think this was a smart move for her. So we're getting to the end of the dailies. We're about to wrap it up here in a little bit. Donna, Spicy says that Donna has been saying that Lexus is getting close to Anthony. And she's saying that okay, Anthony, let me get my people together. Okay, Donna keeps bringing up that Lexus is hanging with the guys and is getting close to the guys. And then when they see Lexus having these conversations with the guys, it's like she meets back up with the girls, and it's not like, hey, y'all, guess what happened? She's not giving intel, right? She conveys that. And then later on, Spicy, Donna, Avery, and Janine are chatting in the bedroom, and she's basically doubling down, saying it again. Spicy was giving this information earlier to Avery, actually. She was giving it to Avery. And now Donna herself is bringing it up. She's like, y'all, we can't trust Donna. I don't know how far we can work with her in the game. This is basically girl on girl, action right here. So is there a little bit of jealousy between Donna and Lexus? I don't know, maybe, but Donna is not feeling Lexus at all. I can tell you that right now. And she's saying like she's not giving us any intel. She's hanging out with the guys. I can see her being the first person to cut away. And if y'all remember, I think like the first or second daily, Janine and Donna were having a conversation, and the first person that they said who they think would dip from the Girls Alliance first would be Lexus. So this has already been brewing. So now I guess it's just being outed to everyone in the group. Lexus and Spicy have the conversation, and she basically tells her like, "Hey, Donna thinks you feeling Anthony, and she feeling some type of way." Kayla says, "Oh, I was already picking up on that vibe." She's like, "I thought I was tripping." I mean, Donna, and Lex. I mean, Lexus says she was already picking up. Let me not mix these names up. Okay, so Kayla and Spicy were having a conversation, and they were talking about Donna and Alexis. Donna and Alexis, they said, Kayla said she was already picking up on the vibe. She said, I can see Donna watching Alexis. And I kind of get that vibe from her as well. So they're doing the whole, well, I think she's just not a fan of the girls hanging with the guys. And I can already see that being a problem going forward. And later on, Kayla, in my head, I keep putting Alexis and Kayla together. And later on, Kayla and Avery are having a conversation. And they were saying like, okay, we trust Lexus and we're gonna work with Lexus. Okay. But she's like incriminating herself. Like the girls do see you having these conversations with the guys. Like you gotta give us something. So it does seem like what Donna is saying is kind of, I don't want to say it's like busting through, but it is in the back of their mind. So it seems like they're going to have a conversation with Lexus later, like, hey, this is what's going on. So you got to kind of watch how you're having these conversations, how you chit chat with these people, because some of the girls are getting suspicious about you. I do feel like Spicy's going to have a conversation with her because Spicy is very good with the moving the mess around the house. So I can definitely see her having that conversation with Lexus. The big argument today is, of course, we didn't get to see it, but an alliance got made, a new alliance, and it's called the Hot Chocolates. And that is with Anthony, Spicy, Avery, Lexus, and Kayla, right? There is a whole, I've been arguing with people on Reddit that everybody knows where Reddit is. And sometimes I get bored and I just want to argue a little bit. And that's what I've been doing today. Anyways, there is a whole argument about it, that all the Black people are working together and it's a problem. We know it's always a problem. We get it. Blah, 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 blah. I don't even want to get into it right now. But that's the big drama today. Now going into the feed today, I am going to watch that maybe today. I don't know. We're gonna see. I am gonna watch it, whether it's gonna be today or tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get that update for you guys. But going forward, same update. Janine is likely 99.9% going home tomorrow. There are a lot of people gunning for HOH. The Girls Alliance is, the Girls Alliance is messy. And this is me saying this as a woman. This is why Girl Alliances don't work. Like, because it's always some kind of drama. And I live for it. I really do. Like, as a viewer, like, I'm all for it. So we'll see how this pans out. I do think Girls Alliance work in smaller, like groups. Do I think Girls Alliance will ever work where there's 8 girls? I honestly don't. I don't. But we'll see. Like maybe like a little 4-piece or something might work. I don't know. But at the end of the day, these were feeds. I hate that I call them feeds because I'm not gonna disrespect what we get and call them feeds. The dailies they're getting a little interesting. There are definitely little pockets in there that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wish you could take this out, because honestly, this feed today, that we got, or the one from yesterday, that really could have been 30 minutes top. You see how I recapped this in 24 minutes? Could have been 30 minutes tops and we would have been done. Like, yeah, honestly. But tomorrow we will give a recap of the episodes and chit chat a little bit about what we've been talking about on the dailies. We do like to have conversations with our guests. So if you got questions, join us live tomorrow around 8:30. No, wait, tomorrow's Wednesday. What's tomorrow? Thursday. on Thursdays when we're doing Big Brother Canada. Tonight is Survivor. So if you're watching Survivor, please join us tonight. We do the same. We do like your questions and comments. We do chat about them as we recap the episode. So like and subscribe and follow us. And I will see you guys later. Bye.